Hey everybody, my name is Dan. Um, Making a video because I have purchased a 28-foot center console that has no engine. All of the rigging has been removed, but I've always wanted this boat. I've always wanted a big center console so that I can go offshore. I recently moved from Boston to Florida, and it's been a dream of mine for a long time. So I wanted to get a project. I wanted to do something. I wanted to convert it myself rather than buying a ready boat. That way I can do things my way, set them up the way I like it. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. Hopefully you are going to subscribe to my channel and see all of the things that we're going to be doing from start to finish. So first things first, let's take a quick walk around the boat, take a look at what it is, and see what we've got on our hands. So I'm going to turn the video. All right, here it is. This is a 28-foot Century center console. I think the model is 2600. Now, we can talk about whether people like Century boats or not. They were originally bought out. Well, not originally. They were bought out by Yamaha Motor Company and used to showcase their Yamaha engines. This was originally rigged with Yamahas. This is a 1999 28-foot sitting on a triple axle trailer, aluminum trailer, that is going to need some work as well. As you can see, some palm trees. As I mentioned, I'm in Florida, so it is getting a little hot. I'm sick, but there's no time like right now to go through this. So let's take a look. It is rigged up for 2 outboards. Okay, they're not here, they've been removed. A lot of these access panels have been removed. I think, in fact, one of the first things that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make this boat watertight, because being in Florida and being we are in the hurricane season, we're gonna have to close this up. Otherwise, every time it's gonna rain, it's just gonna fill up the bilge. But overall, it actually looks, let me see if I can get in there and show it to you somehow. I'm still trying to figure out how to work these things. It is not horrible. It's all fiberglass. I don't see any wood so far, but I could be wrong. But I do not see any wood. I don't see any exposed wood. There's some flaking on the fiberglass, which we will remove and repaint the bilge. But overall, that seems to be how it's set up right now. Let's try to go around the boat. The hull of the boat is actually in good shape. Now, there's some cracks here and there, if you can see, that we're gonna have to fix, some stress cracks, but overall it's not, there are no holes in the fiberglass. There's no major dings. I think there's one ding right here up towards the front, but it's really not that bad. We can get that fixed up, painted, cover it with what we need to cover it with, and it should be good. The rubber is starting to come out. I don't know if it's from heat or not, but I think I can just stretch it. It's not ripped, and we can knock it in there. The anchor is going to have to be replaced. In fact, the whole anchor hold down here will probably need to be replaced. It looks kind of dinky. I don't like it. Again, the boat on all sides seems to be pretty solid. The bottom of it looks decent. It does not have bottom paint, which is something we'll talk about at a later time. I'm not quite sure whether I want to put a bottom paint on it, because I don't plan on keeping it in the water. I don't plan on keeping it in the marina. The trailer is good, but needs a lot of work. All of the cross members are rotting out. It's hard to show from here, but it's they're all rotting out. So we're gonna have to at one point lift the boat off this trailer, get it out. The rear tires, in fact the rear cross member can't see it from here, snapped and broke off while I was picking up the boat about 15 minutes away from home, and I had to drive really slow, had to put some tie downs on it to make sure that the wheels don't fall off. So the front two are not completely broken, but it looks like we're either gonna have to sandblast the tires, well, the wheels, or maybe even replace them. I'm not quite sure if I like these, but we'll see. Maybe we'll powder coat them. Otherwise, the aluminum trailer is pretty good. So let me climb on here. All right, here we go. As you can see, the previous owners that I bought it from removed a bunch of access hatches. I'm sure they're just selling them on the side, but whatever, it's fine. So first thing is going to be to just cover them all up and get them done. What I like here is that it has a lot of space in the back. For fishing, it has a really nice live well here. It's actually quite large. I love it. Not the best looking as far as I see the little plastic insert doesn't look good. It looks like it's been burned or something. So we're gonna have to replace that. There's a little separator which can actually open up to make the live well full. It's kind of cool. We have a little cleaning station. I love how they were selling this boat and trying to make it pretty. They put this in here. Now, looks good, looks dirty, but good until you lift it. Yeah, they torched it. So I don't know. I guess it's to make me say, ooh, it's got a little handle for the spray. I'm taking it. Whatever, it's fine. The inside again looks okay, looks fine. There's some I don't know if it's delamination. This really doesn't even look, this just looks like paint. It looks like somebody put one more layer of on top of this stringer, and they painted it and it's coming off. We'll worry about the through hulls, but overall I do not see any major issues in here other than it being dirty. There's some water in here. The through hulls look rotted out. They look like garbage, but that's fine. We're gonna have to deal with that at a later time. Once I make this boat watertight, we'll get in here, we'll vacuum everything out, we'll make it dry, we'll probably spray it down with some kind of a cleaning solution, and we'll go from there. They got a bunch of cabinets on the sides. All of the little openers are in terrible shape. They're pretty bad, but inside doesn't look bad. I can't even open this one. Okay. Again, not quite sure what was there, why there's a cutoff in the middle. I'm assuming right there was an electrical plug, probably for your electrical reels. That's what it looks like to me. It's got a leaning post, but you see how much it's shaking? It's because the floor here has delaminated, or separated, I should say. So if we look in here, it has separated. The two layers have separated. And this is interesting because I don't yet know if I should infuse it with something and try to put a few screws to squeeze them together and see if that fixes it, or if I should cut it out. Now, looking inside here, somebody put a couple of pieces of PVC pipe just to keep this floor from really flexing down, which is terrible. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that, figure it out. This is really the worst spot on the boat. It's pretty flexible. All right, here at the helm, we got things. So all of the buttons are pretty cracked up, but they're just switches. They're not that big of a deal. I already see one of these has been replaced, so obviously they're available. We are just gonna have to get them. This seems to move. However, as you will see in a minute, the shifting cables are not connected. The steering wheel is here. Again, it's not really connected. We do have keys, we do have ignitions, but they're, again, not connected to anything. There's a large Garmin 4210. I have no idea if it works. I would imagine, looking at how stripped down this boat is, I would have to say no, it doesn't, because that's probably why they left it here. Otherwise they could have made a few bucks selling this thing, and it looks like that's what they did. They just ripped everything out to sell it. It's got a decent T-top. It's got a outrigger set up here. One of the outriggers is on, the other one is missing. It's got a little cabinet up at the top. Oh, if I can do it one-handed. It's got a pretty dirty radio in there, and that's about it. So, but we have it. Some lights, some fishing, holders, reel holders, which is nice. I currently have a 17-foot Sea Hunt that has very little space for fishing gear on it, and that's always making it very difficult to fish. Now this is pretty cool. I've never seen a layout like this. So you have a seat in front of the center console, but the seat, half of the seat swings open, and we have this. There's a sink. Not quite sure I need a sink here, but okay, we have a sink. By the looks of it, underneath all of that wire loom, there used to be a head, at least from the pictures that I've seen of other boats. It does not look dirty. One thing I like is I don't actually see any kind of a water line, making me believe that this boat never sunk, was never underwater. It just looks like everything got ripped out for whatever reason, but fine. We'll figure out the electrical connections at a later time. But as you can see, this is all cut up. So the shifting cables will need to be installed new. We got a horn. Yeah, cool. Speakers probably sound terrible. Light. There's our navigation. So that's pretty cool. I like that. One thing I noticed after I bought the boat and brought it home is I was looking at this, I'm like, what the heck is this? But looking at how it's designed, I said, you know, this feels like a step. This looks like something you would put your foot on, besides it's pretty hefty. And I looked up, and what do you know? The top of the center console has a aluminum plate running across it, and it has this, which makes me believe there used to be a second station up here. So if we go up, I don't know if this is factory, but it definitely looks like there was some type of a station here. So we'll have to dive into that, see if we really want a second station. It is pretty cool in Florida to have a second station, because when you're looking for birds, it does come in handy to be able to see the birds, to see all of that stuff. So let's see if we can close it. The T-top, the material looks great everywhere except for right here. So I don't know. I guess maybe it's been opened quite a few times and that's why it started to crack, but we'll see what we can do with that. Maybe there is a way to replace just that part, take it off, take it to a professional and have them sew on a new piece, because other than that there are no rips in the top at all. The window is cracked at the bottom though, so I don't know how easy it is to find these things, but we'll have to take a look at that. Looks like the aluminum has lifted off the T-top, but again, considering how it's set up, the soft spots and everything else, I'm not surprised. All right, looking at the front here, we have two hatches. I imagine we're gonna have to replace all of the handles. They're decent enough. Let's just say this, I haven't caught a fish big enough to say, you know what, this is not big enough for me and I need something bigger. This looks fine. If I catch a fish that will fit in here, we have two of them, I think I'm gonna be a happy camper. Chain locker, obviously they cut out this part. We'll have to investigate the moisture content in these spots, because it looks like fiberglass, but there is a half-inch space in between, and I don't know whether it's plywood or if it's foam. If it's foam, I'm assuming it's a little easier to get it out, and maybe there's a way to infuse it with foam and make it a little bit more solid, but overall it actually feels pretty damn solid. Another broken little fish tackle station cabinet, which kind of sucks because that's just not enough. I'm almost thinking I don't really need a cooler under here, under the leaning post. I'm considering getting some kind of a leaning post with a tackle station built into it, or a tackle station that we can put in between here, because we need it. There's really no cabinets here. There are no cabinets under the center console, so we'll have to look. Anyway, that's what we got, guys. Here we go. All right, so hopefully you guys liked it. We're going to be working on it. We're going to be repowering it. We're going to be fixing all of the cracks. We're going to be fixing the trailer. We're going to be rewiring everything. We're going to be fixing the soft spot, the gel coat. We're going to be painting it. We'll decide whether we want to do bottom paint. So it's a big project. I'm thinking 6 months to a year, probably, to get it done right here at home. So hopefully you guys are interested. Join, it'll be fun, it'll be interesting. This is my first video, so if I sound a little crazy, stupid, and unsure of myself, it's because I've never done one of these. It actually feels really weird holding this GoPro in front of my face. So we'll see. Join me, let's find out. And I got thick skin. If you guys want to say something nasty in the comments, if you want to comment how stupid I'm doing something, please do. I actually don't mind it, because that's how I'm going to learn. That's how I'm going to fix it. I don't mind redoing things if I know that I could have done it a better way. So, thanks, and I'll see you soon.